Hi everybody, this is Dr. Fang-Mei from Tiffin University, and we record this lecture is for Tiffin University students who take a Psy 360 Intro to Counseling class. Okay, but even if you are listening and you are not my student, you are welcome to listen this lecture. Okay, so this actually is the part 5 of Viktor Frankl's Logotherapy. Okay, if you watch part 4, actually you may find I didn't end in that section well. I apologize. This is because it's a home making video. I use my phone. So somebody tried to call me, and actually that's a potential spam. So they stop my recording. Okay, so that's why. But actually, this section should be short, so don't worry, I won't take too much of your time. But actually, before we almost finish, actually, that's good to review, right? So our part 4, we talk about the therapy, right? So local therapy, that's mean local is meaning, right? So then we say with this, with Frankl's life, then if you are the counselor, right? What do we say for part 4? Your goal is to helping people find the meaning, right? And then you also help them to know that's their responsibility. Okay, they are finding their meaning and knowing their freedom of choice, but they are responsible to search for their meaning, and they are responsible for any choice they make. Okay, and we also believe all life is have meaning. Okay, then after that we talk about the therapist, their function and role, right? And we say as a therapist, if you are practice logotherapy, you are not teacher, you are not preacher, you are neither teaching nor preaching. Okay, your job kind of like eye specialist. You are not painter. What's different between painter and eye specialist? What's different? Painter is use their eye to see the world, and they paint a picture, so they show you whatever they see the world. That's painter, right? But eye specialist is to help us enable our eye to see our own world. Okay, so that's different between painter and eye specialist, right? So our job is to help client, other people, to able to find the meaning of their life, to see the world through their life, right? And then to do this, then we say they have a 4 tasks, right? And we talk about the first task is what? Remember? Gaining distance from the symptom, right? Gaining distance from their symptom. So what do we do? What do we do that? First, we say paradoxical intention, right? So we use humors to have them laughing at their symptom, and then their symptom maybe go away. Remember that the people, lady shaking the hand, and then Frankl use a cup of coffee and also shaking the hand, and then they laugh at each other, and then they stop, and the lady actually no longer shaking the hand, right? So that is an example, right? And the next one we call the reflection, right? Mean have people not focus on, pay too much attention or concentrate on their symptom, okay? And just like what he say, if you want to be success, don't focus on success too much. They will come, okay? The symptom eventually will going to disappear, but don't just focus on that, right? And the next one, he said the Socratic dialogue. right? So for doing that, first of all, you listen, have your client start to talk about their issue, right? And then when you start to hear, well, something not right, the pattern, then you start to interrupt, right? And remember the pattern, remember the reason we all get disappointed or depressed because we say, I want, but I cannot, and because, right? And then Frankl said because this, they start to make people feel depressed and then feel frustrated, right? So if you start to hear clients say this, you first listen and then you help them to objectively to see what happened for those language, right? And then you start to have them find the way to find the right pattern, right? So the right pattern will be what? I will, right? I want and I will, in spite of. Right? I want, I will, and in spite of. Remember? And so, and then actually the end of last part of the video, then actually I'm asking you about whom? Whom? I say about Eller. Remember, Eller actually he's academically and physically very poor when he was young, right? But he said, I want to be a doctor, okay? And I will be a doctor in spite of my physical condition, in spite of my high school grade, okay? I want, in spite of. So I think that's a very good example. Remember Frankl, his relationship with Eller, remember? He also influenced by him a lot. And actually, Eller's theory is a foundation of Frankl's theory. So you can kind of smell a similarity there, right? Okay, so actually, that's why we almost done here, okay? So look at here. So then we say, if we are able to get through those two tasks, right? If you are able to get through the successfully to modify patient's attitude, then your third step, okay, your third here, your test 3 going to be easy because then your symptom going to reduce, or your client's symptom going to reduce because they already find the meaning. They already find the pattern, right? Okay, so then your last step, test 4, is orientation toward the meaning. Okay, so now you help them away from their meaning and they are willing get a good right pattern. They know they want something, they will do something in spite of something, right? Okay, so then the last task here to help them find the meaning. So the first of all, the patient is guided toward meaning. Okay, so guide them to find their meaning and help them to understand actually all the meaning is there, okay? So they just need to get through their life and then appreciate the life, and they're able to find that, right? And help the patient clarify their value so they remain protected from future existential frustrations. So if you know what are you looking for, and you know what are you plan to do, and you know what's the purpose of your life, even something may happen. For example, some people finish his school or her school and now able to find a job right away, but they know they want to work for FBI, right? They know they want to be a teacher. They know they want to be a doctor. Even they're not able to get job yet, they keep fighting for, they waiting and working on, the job will come. So if they know the very clear purpose, then they are able to protect themselves away from this frustration, right? And the last one is educating the patient to become capable of assuming their responsibility for his or her life. That is very important. A lot of time we make decisions, but we tell people that's other people's responsibility for your life. We say, if you don't give me this job, that's your fault. And then that's why I cannot be successful, because that's your fault. No. No matter what, it's our responsibility. Okay? Now, our responsibility to give ourselves a job, of course, job from somebody else, but your responsibility to keep your attitude positively, and then holding your meaning and holding your responsibility to do whatever you want, you can do. And then when the opportunity come, they will come. Okay. So my last slide here. So actually this is, I really like it. Okay. And this pretty much a very important, again, quote from Frankl. What you have experienced, no power on earth can take from you. What you have experienced, no power on earth can take from you. What do you think about that? Right? So that is actually the last slide we have. So hopefully through Frankl's life and through his experience and through his speech and through his life story, through his insight, is hopefully all this is helpful. Okay? So again, the last time, let's say together, what you have experienced, no power on earth can take away from you. Which I may miss that word. No, what you have experienced, no power on earth can take away from you. Okay? So hopefully you enjoy this lecture, and if you're my student, then you know your job is go to the discussion section and to give me some feedback and respond for whatever you learn from this couple sessions. Okay, I think this will be, I'll put 3, 4, and this 5 together for your lecture. Okay, so stay safe, stay healthy, and then I see you next time. Bye-bye.